All right, so there's the second color, Candy Brandywine. And you can see right here where I kind of darkened it up around the edge. That just gives it a little shadow. When the light hits it, you'll see from bright Candy Brandywine into a darker shadow around it. And I did that by adding just a little bit of purple around that edge. So that's the centerpiece now, and the first color. And now we're going to do this color. And he wants a blue, but I want to keep everything dark. So I think I'm going to go cobalt blue. Let me put that on there and then I'll be back. All right. So I have this panel, okay, which he wants blue, cobalt blue, dark blue, something in it. Such a big panel just to paint a solid color. And I just don't want to do that. So I want to do something in that panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a cobweb, spider web style design in there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dust this with some tinted black, like I did the lace up on top. Not too dark, but dark enough where you can see it. And then I'm going to come in with Oriental blue, which is a bright candy blue. And then I'm going to fog the edge with the cobalt blue. This is a technique I've used on several motorcycles, several cars. I did my own car with this in some spots. And it's very simple to do. It's something you can do at home. When you do use this technique, you'll get 100 people asking you, man, how'd you do that? Well, I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you what I use. Every Halloween, they come out with this spider web that you stretch over the doorways when you decorate your house. And that's all that is. I put it on there, I stretch it out, I tape it all around the edges, and it causes a kind of a neat an effect. So yeah, let me move this further and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's one pass of some thinned out black. Just enough to show the cobwebbing and stuff in it. Have a little bit different texture on the this candy color that's going to be here. And very easy to do. Something you might want to try at home. So now I'm going to put the candy blue, and then I'm going to put the cobalt blue. And let me do that and we'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back, and I sprayed the cobalt blue over that spider web, cobweb, whatever you want to call it. What I did here in the center is I shot Oriental blue just in this corner of the roof. That way, when I fogged with the cobalt blue, it would leave a nice bright blue here in the center to highlight, instead of just one solid cobalt blue. Okay, so that's it, still masked off. This is over here where I've started to unmask it. And now I've got to come up with something for all this silver here that's around the roof. And when I deal with this silver here, I'll back mask all this other stuff so it doesn't get oversprayed. But yeah, that's it so far. You can kind of see the cobweb through the candy. Once it's got the urethane clear on top of everything, it'll really pop out, as will the lace up here on top. And the candy colors, of course, will pop, and you'll see all the metal flake and everything below it. So, all right, on to the next step. All right, so after I got the blue on there and the other colors, I thought it needed something else. So I added another graphic, a candy gold, this right here, around the blue, and around the red, or the candy Brandywine graphic up there. I also added a slight tint of candy tangerine fade around it. That just gives it a little bit of a shadow, gives it a little bit of depth to it. I've unmasked this side so you can get a better idea of what the colors are going to look like together. And now what I'm doing is the center of the roof. And once I get that done, and then tint this bright metal flake silver with some tinted black, that will leave everything that's underneath this tape, this bright silver, so you'll be able to see that. So, okay, well, let me do this centerpiece, and I'll be right back. All right, so down the center, I just decided to do this fingerprint design, and I just did it with tinted black. Was gonna put a color up there, but I thought, man, I'm going too crazy with the colors. Let me see if I can tone this top down a little bit. So that's what I end up doing. So now I need to do something with this silver here. Yeah, it's, I think on this style of car, it's just not, I think it's too much silver. So I'm going to tone it also down with some black. And then I should be able to unmask it and maybe urethane clear it. I gotta sand it. I gotta Scotch-Brite all this still before I can clear it, but little at a time. It's coming around. All right, I need to mask all this, back mask everything again, and then I'll be back. All right, so last color on there, the silver that was there, he had mentioned he wanted gold flake at the beginning of this job. But I know the thing needed silver also. So I went ahead and did everything over silver. And then I was able to leave some silver highlights that's under this tape, which when I unmask it, you'll be able to see them. And I thought at the last minute, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and spray the rest of this roof candy gold, so he'll get his gold flake. And what I did was I fogged around all the edges with some tinted black, just to give it a little bit more depth and I don't know, shadowing. So let me get this thing unmasked, and we'll see what it all looks like combined. Still hasn't been clear coated yet. I still have to sand it and urethane clear it. So, but we're almost there. Almost finished. All right, let me unmask it and I'll be back. All right. Well, that's it with 2 coats of urethane clear. And I'm going to sand this. Oops. I'm gonna sand this and then re-clear it again, probably with like 3 or 4 coats, and then I'll color sand and buff it. The visor, I decided to put the same panel that I have up in here down on it, because I just couldn't see putting all those colors down here, but I wanted to tie it in. So I put that panel. As you can see, there's another panel around this. So I'm going to add it right here. But I had a repair I had to do because I had a piece of tape that pulled off some paint right in here. So I need to add that color back in here again. I don't know if you can see that. You can see where it's here, but not here. So I'm going to work on top of the urethane clear. That's why I went ahead and cleared it. So I can work on top of that. So hopefully when I tape it off again, it doesn't pull any more paint off. It shouldn't, not with the clear on there now. The problem before it was base coat, and it just couldn't take too much taping on top of and taking the tape back off of. So I'm gonna sand this with 800. I'm going to add the panel on the visor down here, and I'm going to repair that spot over there, and then I'm going to go ahead and re-clear it for the final time. So let me do that, and I'll be back and we'll end this video. All right, so now the top is pretty much done. I still wanted to give it a light color sand and buff. And I sprayed the wheels with a little bit of silver metal flake and gold metal flake to match the top. So now it's time to address the elephant in the room. And that would be these. These were painted on the car about 30 years ago. And now that you've got these tied in with that metal flake top, they really don't go together. Two different styles. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand this car, and instead of shiny black, it is now going to be a satin black. And we're going to eliminate the flame. I still haven't gotten a tripod or a camera that can do this while I'm working. Maybe the next video. But I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like satined, and the job should be finished by then. It's time to move on to paint something else. All right, I'll be back. All right, so now she's in satin black. Got rid of the big orange flame going down the side of it. I think it goes better with the roof that's on it. Did a little pinstriping on the back of it, so it wouldn't be so black. Some gold pinstripe down the tops of the fenders. Around the headlight. A little bit on the front of the hood. And I'm going to say this one is about done. Got my new project, showed up yesterday. This bike is gonna go candy brandywine, gold metal flake base, maybe some panels, maybe some lace, not sure yet, but I'll walk you guys through as I go on this one too. So, thanks for watching my videos. If you've been watching them, please subscribe to them and like them if you would, so that I know to make more. All right, till the next one, I'll see you then.